Hey guys, Joe here. So I just got done the gym and I want to make this quick, hopefully, video. So I want to talk about how to book more jobs and make more money in your business. And since I come from the fence world, I'm going to kind of relate it to that, but it applies to pretty much anything. So this is a lesson I tried to teach my 12-year-old son, and it will help you as well. So for him, he always wants something for nothing. He's a natural born salesperson. I think it's partly my fault. But he always wanted something for nothing. I explained to him that, like, you need to provide value first in order to get something in return. And it's just the way the world works, right? And he still wasn't getting it. He was still torturing me. I said, look, if you wanted a candy bar and we went into the store and you took the candy bar and you didn't pay for it, what would that be considered? And he's like, stealing. Exactly. And I said, why is that? And he's like, because I didn't pay them. I said, exactly. I said, well, money is another form of value, or it's just one form, right? And I said, so what would you need to do first? And he's like, well, I need to pay them, and then I get to keep the candy bar. I said, exactly. So you can get value in return. So how does this apply to your business? So there's a few ways. One, and we got to look at if we provide more value, right? So relating back to the candy bar, if we gave them $2, we can basically get a regular size candy bar. But if we gave them $3, we can get a king size candy bar, right? And it's the same for your business. So if we provide more value, we're gonna get more in return, typically, okay? So how can we do this within the business? There's a few ways. So it starts from like the first, really it's even before they first contact you, but like when they contact you, right? If they call and you actually answer the phone without it going to voicemail, you're providing them value, okay? Why? Because you are answering when they call. It's basically answering on their terms, right? Now, if they left a voicemail and then you call back in a few minutes, you're still providing value, but it's less than what they would, less than if you answer the phone right away, right? So what this equates to is you have a better chance of booking the job because you answer the phone. Now, what are some other ways that you can provide value? So what happens, and I use this all the time, and not really any contractors do this, but what happens if you are creating content for them on their journey, right? So if they're looking to get a fence, a car, like whatever it happens to be, you can do things ahead of time that's going to provide value that will make it more likely for them to call you and more likely to book the job with you. So content as far as like, if we're talking about a fence, right? So if they're looking at, like, and here's my shitty fence. So you see here, it's all dirty, right? So, and the reason for that is we have landscapers for the community that do this side, and they literally, you can see the chunks of grass everywhere, they blow it right after them, right? So what I could do, if I was still in the installation game, is I would create videos on how to clean a vinyl fence, right? Because that might be a question that they're asking. Now, if they're typing that into YouTube or whatever else, your video shows up, so you're providing them value. So when they're looking to call companies, they're more likely to call you because you provided value before anyone else did. Make sense? So the other thing you can do that no one does is, I shouldn't say no one, but I don't see anyone doing it, is email marketing. Now, why would we do this? And most people that use email marketing are doing it in the incorrect way. When I do it, it's providing value. So if someone contacts you, go up for a quote or whatever it may be, or does a contact form, they automatically go into our email system. So what will happen is every day for like the first 7 days, they're gonna get an email. So if they were looking at vinyl fences, 5 things you need to know about vinyl fences, the 3 things that need to be done before you get your fence installed, things like that. And what you're doing, and what I'm doing, is providing value. And the nice part is you create this email one time, and you can send it to multiple people over and over and over again. The other nice part is you can set these up as automation. So it'll be like day 1, they get this, day 2, they get this, day 3, they get this. And the nice part with this is you set up once and it just keeps working for you. Now, what I would end up doing is, like I said, the first 7 days, they're gonna get an email. Then after that, it might be every like 3 days, 4 days. And eventually it's gonna be every week to 2 weeks. The reason for that is when they first reach out to you, they're the most likely to get a fence. But if they don't move forward right away, then it's kind of like on the back burner, or they might have things going on. But basically, if you keep in touch with these people and providing helpful emails, not like, hey, look at this great job that we did. Hey, look how great we are. Like, they don't care. They just want to know what's in it for them, right? So again, providing value. The other way that you can kind of use this is like, hey, this customer is having this kind of problem, and this is what happened, and this is how their life is better. Now, if their problem is the same as the other customer's problem, you're providing value to them because you're showing them what life could be like, right? Now, when you go out to go do the quotes, are you showing up on time? If you're showing up on time, you're providing value. If you are not showing up on time, you are not providing value, right? If you say you're going to send out the quote within the next 24 hours and you actually do, you're providing value. These are all little things that you do. It's kind of like almost like a savings account thrown into a piggy bank, that every little thing you do keeps on adding up and adding up and adding up. And then what ends up happening is you're creating such a piggy bank and a savings account that when they go to pull the trigger on the fence, they're more likely to use you. The other thing, I don't know if I mentioned in this video or not, but if you are able, just say they have a deadline, they need to get this fence installed in the next 2 weeks because they have a wedding, a graduation party, whatever it may be, then if you're able to install it faster than anyone else, you are providing more value. So what that means is you're more likely to get the job. More importantly, you're more likely to be able to charge more for that job, if that makes sense. The reason why is because it's more valuable to them. If you were looking, with the car market, we've been looking at this, and everything's like out of stock. And if there was a guy, just say the vehicle's 70 grand, but it's going to take 3 months to come in, but there's someone else that can charge $75,000 for that, but you're going to get it in a week, you're going to end up doing that because it's more valuable to you because you can get it quicker. The thing about this is, even though it's only $5,000 only, but if their profit was just say $4,000, but now you went to $9,000 in profit, you more than doubled your profit because you provided more value. Hope this helps. It's very simple. It's literally that simple. Provide more value, make more money, book more jobs. Thanks.